Hello everybody, I'm the Jukebox Hero, and today I'm going to be explaining and demonstrating the Heart of the Pack buff. If you are at all actively involved in Destiny news, you've undoubtedly heard about the removal of Heart of the Pack, or rather just the general shafting the hunters are receiving in Void 3.0. However, something I've noticed is that a lot of people are trying to downplay just how beneficial Heart of the Pack is, or don't even know what it does at all, usually both. This video is going to be a freeform analysis of the buff and what its removal means for Night Stalkers in Void 3.0. An explanation for those who don't know. Heart of the Pack is a buff associated with Way of the Pathfinder, or Bottom Tree Night Stalker. As per its description, it grants weapon haste and increases mobility, recovery, and resilience. So of course, the big question with Bungie's unnecessarily vague descriptions is, by how much does it increase those stats? Or even, what is weapon haste? To demonstrate, I've selected this garbage tier white aggressive frame hand cannon with low reload speed and handling, and also tanked my stats down about as low as I could get them. Specifically note that I have the lowest tier of recovery possible. For starters, what is weapon haste? Well, it's reload speed and handling, and a lot of them. I recorded this quick demonstration of the reload speed differences between 1, 2, and 3 stacks of Heart of the Pack, and we'll get into the handling part later. Take special notice of the gaps between 0 and 3 and 2 and 3. At 2 stacks of Heart of the Pack, your reload speed is practically already maxed out. Heart of the Pack times 3 allows slow reloading exotics such as Xenophage to reload over a full second faster, and works with literally every weapon in the game. Now for weapon handling. This part is admittedly less scientific, but that's only because I personally feel like the results are more obvious, and I want to be done with this video before Witch Queen releases. This increase in handling is impossible to not notice if you switch between weapons as frequently as I do. Heart of the Pack allows you to use all 3 of your weapons in rapid succession. Don't want to use Divinity as you'll be missing out on that person's damage? Not if they've got Heart of the Pack. Speaking of Divinity, it's possible to make a div cage, switch to a rocket launcher, shoot out a rocket, then switch back to Divinity and re-maintain the cage before it disappears. Paired with auto-loading holster and lasting impression, this makes burst damage a breeze to pull off, and of course Divinity is also there for your teammates' benefit. Now onto the stats. How much mobility, resilience, and recovery does Heart of the Pack give you? 33. Oh, well that's not much, I hear you saying. Well, 33 per stack. Meaning that if you have even 1 point in any of those, which you have to, you will have all 3 maxed out at times 3, or even earlier if your stats are higher at base. All the background footage I've recorded for this video is with the loadout I displayed earlier, complete with no armor exotic and tier 0 recovery. Now for the final aspect of Heart of the Pack to go over, the fact that it can be applied to teammates. That's right, this buff can be given to a teammate by either making them invisible with a smoke bomb or by killing enemies caught in your tether. This allows the Night Stalker of the fire team to take up a massive support role for the other 2 guardians. It doesn't matter what loadout you're using, you'll see benefit from having the buff. I've left every LFG I've done grand matches with wishing they could have had this buff 24/7. I've had some misguided people try to tell me that Heart of the Pack is a mediocre benefit. Tell me, does 300 plus collective stats per guardian, thus guaranteed maximum class ability uptime, and insane reload speed and handling for all weapons for everyone in the fire team sound mediocre to you? I'm gonna leave this list on the screen a little bit longer just so it sinks in just how much Heart of the Pack truly does. I haven't even mentioned the fact that it also ensures the teammates are as ready as they possibly can be to break invisibility. Increased recovery guarantees that they'll be fully recovered before they're forced out of invisibility, and weapon haste allows them to ensure the weapons are loaded up for the event. Well, that just about covers Heart of the Pack. I hope that now you can understand where Hunter mains are coming from when we say that Void 3.0 looks super bad. Something I hear a lot is, wait until they reveal the last bits of Void 3.0 after the day 1 raid. All I can say to that is, if it's not heart of the pack, it's inferior. Way of the Pathfinder is the exact way I love to play this game, and it's been my main since Destiny 2's release. So to see 90% of the reason why I loved it so much getting removed while seeing all the Warlocks' wet dreams come true is a special kind of burn. All they had to do was include Heart of the Pack, and Night Stalkers would be an undeniable lead for Void 3.0. But as it stands, we're going to be losing out on our best support tool ever and basically turned into invisible orb machines. But anyway, that's all I've got to say for this video. I make no promises on any more, but I will be recording clips from Witch Queen as always. I hope you found this video informative, and I thank you for watching it. Peace.